What's going on, A-Side family? What's going on, man? It's your boy Truth. You know what I mean? We got Moment of Truth, episode 12 tonight, man. It's Benavidez Plant Fight Week. It's Plant Benavidez Fight Week. However you want to say it, however you want to chop it up, however you want to slice it. You know what I'm saying? Um, some real good fights going on this week, man. Just want to just come on here and talk about it, bust it up. You know what I mean? In reference to what we got going on, man. Let me see. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go on box rec and pull them fights up, man, and see actually and just kind of see, you know what I mean, see what we working with, see what we got going on, man. Um, yeah, man, appreciate it. You know what I mean? It was Tuesday night. We're gonna see what we got going on. Let's see, man. Let's get the get it going. Okay, so we're gonna do box rec. Got that box rec. Let me see. So we're gonna what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up the box recs for Caleb Plant and them guys, and we're gonna just talk about these fights and see what we got going on, man. Let me see. Okay. Actually, I know exactly what I want to do. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, cool. So, let me see. My screen should be sharing. I don't know how big or small my screen is. Yo, Steph, what's good, my boy? Hey, matter of fact, let me put the link in there just in case anybody want to come up here and chat. You know what I mean? We definitely talking about them fights this weekend. Plant Benavidez Plant. You know what I'm saying? Let's chop it up. Just put the link in there just in case anybody want to come and holler at me. So let me see what we got first. All right. Let me see what's going on over here. So okay, so the first fight, most of these fights, but this opener right here, man, this Chris Colbert Rayo fight, man, I think this is going to be a real good fight. I think we had a crossroads with that one. You know what I'm saying? Chris Colbert, one of them guys that I mean, you look at his resume, it's not bad. Obviously, he got that loss to Hector Garcia. Before that, he got a UD versus King Tug. I mean, he beat King Tug pretty handily. You see 118, 118, 117. So I mean, he put the mitts on King Tug. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but when it as it pertains to um Chris Colbert, I really feel like this Jezreel Corrales fight, right here, this is where Chris Colbert, for me, I want to say kind of took a turn. Um, and this Jamie R. Arboleta, whatever this dude name is, this fight, man, Chris Colbert came out a whole different guy. He wasn't trying to box. He wasn't trying to work off no jab. He came out there, and I'm not gonna lie, man. Chris Colbert beat the shit out this dude. He beat Jamie, whatever this dude name is. He stopped him in 11. He was hurting him, bro. He was he touched him up. That was a good version of Chris Colbert. Now, man, and I did get surprised at the time because I was looking like, damn, bro, like I ain't expect Chris Colbert to have this kind of power. Like, you know what I mean? The way he was kind of just touching Arabola up and whatever this dude name is. I don't want to disrespect his name, but he was like, he really was putting hands on him. So he had that fight. And then after that, he goes into the King Tug fight. Um, Again, same thing. Like he really was trying hard to get King Tug out of there, and it just didn't work. But again, landing huge shots, heavy shots, really putting putting the mittens on King Tug. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, you get me. He fights Hector Garcia. We remember that was supposed to be Roger Gutierrez in that fight, but yeah, man, I think he underestimated Hector. You know, Hector was coming off of, if I'm not mistaken, Hector had just beat what's my man Kalanito? No, he had just beat Avalar. Hector had just beat Avalar, and yeah. So I don't know, man. That shit was, oof, man. That was bad for Chris Colbert, man. That loss. Again, like I said, he didn't show that much dog. Um, that 119, 108. I don't know about that. Those rounds was pretty close, and I felt like even before Chris Colbert went down in the seventh round, like I think them rounds was close. Like I just thought that he went in there with the mindset, like, yeah, I'm about to just go ahead and get him out of there. I heard some like excuses saying that his camp kept getting moved and this and that, whatever. But nah, man. This a good fight, man. I think Rayo, same kind of issue, right? And I think that's where the storyline to this fight come at. Like, same kind of issue. Rayo, you know what I mean? I was there, Dallas, for the Earl Spence Ugas undercard. You know, he opened up the pay-per-view, got a knockout win over Francisco Vargas. I mean, me personally, I didn't want that fight anyway. I'm on record saying that I never wanted to see that fight. I don't think that Rayo should have even gotten that fight. Francisco Vargas was washed, man. Austin Dulé, fourth round knockout. I remember seeing that when he really put hands on Austin Dulé. This September 18th, 2021 fight, this Dernier Barrio, that dude was like super, super awkward, bro. Like I remember that fight. Dude was like wild awkward, but that was a good learning fight for Rayo. I just think Rayo was feeling himself a little bit coming off the pay-per-view performance against Francisco Vargas. And yeah, man, I just think that he underestimated again, just like Chris Colbert, a late replacement. He was supposed to fight Jezreel Corrales. Obviously, I mean, funny enough, he was supposed to fight Jezreel Corrales, late replacement. We got De Los Santos. He ended up getting stopped in the third. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I think that I don't know, man. I just feel like Rayo a little too big, man. Rayo 5'10", 70-inch arm reach. Let me see. Chris Colbert, I think he won his. I don't know, he ain't nothing. It say 5'8". I don't think Chris Colbert 5'8". Honestly, I done been around. I've seen Chris Colbert a couple times. Stood next to him a couple times at a couple fights. I think I know I seen him at the tank. Seen him at the Tank Rolly fight in Brooklyn. I've seen him at the Vito fight in Newark. I think I seen him at a couple, but nah, like he's not that big. I don't know if 5'8". That's, you know what, maybe 5'8". I don't know. But Rayo definitely got the height advantage. Now, I'm sure Rayo will come into this fight bigger than Chris Colbert because this fight is at the lightweight limit. Chris Colbert, he wasn't like a huge 130 pounder. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that he wasn't even a huge 130 pounder, I mean, I don't expect him to be. Yeah. Steggy said, I got, oh man, you said you got Colbert. He said, I got Colbert. I think man, I like Colbert, man, but I just don't think, I just can't see Colbert like I feel like if he win, then he ran. Like I'm not trying to be funny, but just looking at this, I just feel like if Chris Colbert win this fight, that mean that he let me not say ran, he boxed, right? It's a 10-round fight. You got a guy in Rayo that can punch, like, and you know, you only as good as your last fight, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna act like everything else is null and void. You get what I'm saying? Rayo, he does have a 60-something% knockout percentage, 12 fights, he got 8 KOs. This dude could punch, man. He definitely could punch. You know what I'm saying? So he was again, like before the Edwin De Los Santos fight, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, a bunch of knockouts. He was on a nice little run before that. So again, we'll see, man. I just know with the intensity that old boy coming on, he got a box. Yeah, of course. He can't go head up with Chris Colbert. I mean, he can't go head up with Rayo. For sure not. That can't happen. If he do that, he's for sure out of there. No question. If he decide that he going let me just hold on. If he decide that if he gonna go head up with Rayo, that's gonna be a wrap. He's gonna lose, he's gonna get stopped, and it's gonna get brutal for him, for real. Sorry, I just got my food, man. I gotta chow down a little bit, man. But next fight on this little card, let me see who the next fight we got up there. Jesus Ramos, man. I like this guy. I really like Jesus Ramos, man. This is going to be a good fight. Jesus Ramos and Joey Spencer. This is going to be. I I don't know. I don't want to say the fight of the night. You know what? Let me chill because it's not going to be fight of the night because I'm not sure if Joey Spencer is coming to fight like that. And so, yeah, 16 and 0, 10 knockouts, but man, yeah, I'm not sure my man Joey Spencer is ready to bang, but I think this is going to be a very good fight, man. I actually do think a firefight could break out right here. Um, Joey Spencer, Michigan kid, you know what I'm saying? Good upbringing. He been coming along a little well. He had a good performance over Kevin Salgado, who was undefeated. Well, he did have a draw, and I really think he lost his last fight, which was Brian Perella previous to that. Beat James Martin. I mean, nobody really making noise on here. You see his performances. So again, I think this one of them fights where PBC might be looking to see like what they got in this guy. You know what I mean? He might be looking to see, yo, what do this guy bring to the table? Rito, that's a good fight. You got Ryo by stoppage. Hey, man, I got Ryo too, man. The more and more it go on, Rito, I'm feeling like Ryo gonna stop him. But it's like I'm really trying to. I don't know, man, because I'm not doubting Chris Colbert. You know, whether I like some of the things he say or not, that's neither here nor there. But at the end of the day, like, yeah, I don't think Chris Colbert just gonna go. Um, that's what I'm saying. Will Joey Spencer let his hands go enough to fight? I'm not sure if Joey Spencer will. I know that Jesus Ramos could be beat. He could be made to look human. That last performance that I seen was the performance on the Tank undercard. No, I think it was a Wilder undercard. Which undercard was that? Let me see. God, that had to be. Yeah, I think that was the Tank undercard. Barclays. Because I was there. Yeah. That on the Tank. Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I was like literally, I was there. So and I remember that fight, and he ain't look all of that. Like he was definitely making some mistakes. He definitely was showing, that he still needed some polish. And I think it's a damn good fight. And I think a lot of times, man, uh, these fights don't get made like this, man. You got a 22-year-old versus a 22-year-old versus 22-year-old. These dudes could be kept away from each other, and that'd be that, man. But yeah, I'm liking this, man. I'm really liking this fight. I'm really looking forward to this fight. I think this definitely gonna be one of the one. My boy
Yo,
Brando was good.
was
Yo,
good.
what's good, my boy?
I think Ramos gonna be easy working him.
You think so?
Yeah.
You don't think Joey Spencer got no shot?
Nah. I saw him fight when he fought in Norwich. He looked regular.
Yeah, he do.
I
But
don't think Ramos like this special fighter, but I think Ramos is good enough to to a guy this type of like shit like Joey Spencer to that level. He
mhm.
should watch him easily. If he don't stop him, it should be like a wide UD.
That's. I mean, yeah, I think so. I just remember seeing. I mean, because like I said, I was there in person at the Tank fight when he fought Santa Maria. I
Hmm.
guess he was trying to get his get back because Santa Maria had beat Abel
Mm.
before, but he ain't looked that good versus Santa Maria though. Now I know Santa Maria not a bad fighter either, but
Yeah.
he looked that good versus he didn't look as good as I thought he was gonna look. You know what I mean? Like you said, he ain't no world beater or nothing like that, but he one of them guys they pushing.
Yeah. I think Cobra could outbox him. Skills. I don't know what that one. That's the hardest fight of the night, right there. The Christian Rio. That's the fight of the night, in my
Mhm.
in my opinion. They got a lot to prove. Evenly match up too. Chris more skilled than him, but Rio a bigger puncher, and he's going up to Rio weight.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm like. Bass Reeves, what's up, my boy?
What up, True? What up, man? I just got in and put on the telly and going through the channels and I saw Joey's face. So we must be talking about him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually taking young Joey, man, in this fight over my favorite prospect and the young Ramos. And you know me, I don't really care about the prospects, but I got a funky feeling about this fight. Um, I'm not mad at whomever anyone chooses at this fight either, but just What, this is a fight that he has to prove he can fight, right? He had so much backing early on, and then it seems like he got put on the back burner for a little while there, and now he's a co-main and on a really expensive fight weekend, right? Like, so people, this fight's really expensive, and some are saying, it's not pay-per-view worthy, but it's top to bottom to me a pretty nice card,
It
and
is.
I'm
Hey,
not complaining.
but Bash, tell me why you picking Spencer? Like why? Or you just got a feeling?
I got a feeling A, and then B, like I say, I love Ramos, but he didn't actually look that good to me in his last couple fights. Like, and then when I say that, just like, with his style, he's a counter puncher who's really heavy handed, a big young kid who's pretty talented. But again, like I said, I think you were talking about Santa Maria just there. He just didn't, I just didn't buy it there. And then coming over back to Spencer, I just think all the pressure on the world with him, he is going to have to let his hands go. But he's a he's a tough athletic kid himself, and I think I'm judging young Ramos off his last outings, right? So coming into this one with that type of play and style, I think it's going to go against him when Joey's got his back against the wall. Is gonna have to come. This may be a split decision. This may be a split decision, or I could be totally wrong, man. Ramos getting there and just knock this dude straight out, right? And maybe like
Well,
7, 8
well,
rounds, something like
the
that.
the reason why I feel like Ramos because like with Spencer, it first of all, it's like two things with him. Number one, I feel like Joey Spencer always leaves something in the ring. Like he never really fight. Like it's like he fighting, but he not like I don't know, man. It's just something about him that he don't got that killer instinct. It's something with him, man.
I
Like
feel that. I feel that.
it's
I feel
something
that.
with
I
him,
feel
man.
that.
And
But you
then
don't
for
think
me,
you don't think you got to prove it right now, though? Again, this is a big fight, man. You're the co-main.
but that's what I'm saying, Cleb. You got a guy fighting on YouTube portions of some cards, and now you're gonna be the co-main on one of the biggest fights of the year, and now we expecting you to put it on display. That's a tough ask for somebody that never been on that scale before. Like I mean, as far as fights, but that's why they fight the fights. We're gonna see.
Right. Let's see what he say come. It's fight week, so let's see what he say at the podium, what he look like at the weigh-in, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get excited. So, but for probably like the last 10 days, 10, 11, 12 days, something like that, I've been like, you know what, man, I'm gonna roll with Spencer, man. Fuck it, feeling crazy.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Slick Dick, good one. Mhm.
I got Crawley, I got Ryo, Spencer, Benavides. That's my
Hey,
fight
Brando,
card.
what's your picks what's your picks, Brando?
Shit, the same shit he said, honestly, except for the Joey Spencer and the Ryo and Chris one. I'm not gonna be betting that fight, but because I really don't know who gonna win. Like I could see that shit going either way, honestly. But
What you
damn,
like about Ramos,
Kyrie.
Truth?
Ramos, I mean, I like his aggressiveness. And even when he looked like so, for me personally, the fight that really made me like Ramos was that Vladimir Hernandez fight. I feel like Vladimir Hernandez was touching him, like he was getting touched by Vladimir Hernandez, and he stuck it in there, and he knocked his ass out. But that was a
That was
good,
on
like that was a
FS1, right? I think that was the
yeah,
one on FS1. Yeah,
that
yeah,
was a
yeah, yeah.
and then Vladimir Hernandez, if I'm not mistaken, right after that went on to beat J Rock. Right, I think
Right,
if I'm not mistaken. Like, so let me see. Okay, nah. So he beat J Rock right before he lost to. You see what I mean? So you got a guy. He and remember he battled back. Like he battled back in his J Rock fight. Like you saw how close. I mean, 94, 96, 94, 96. You know what I mean? Somebody gave him. You know what I mean? 7-3. But he had a very good fight with J Rock. And then he came in and he was giving Jesus Ramos some good work. And Jesus Ramos knocked him out. I like his aggression. I like his style. You know what I mean? He trying to finish fights. Like he come with the shit. You know what I mean? So we definitely gonna see. And he come from a fighting family too. So it ain't like this dude just
right.
coming out of nowhere. Like he come from a fighting family. You know what I mean? So
Yes, sir.
might be one of them stars, man. You never know.
It could be like a big coming out party for young Ramos then. But
Yeah. Hey Brando,
nonetheless, it's a good fight.
well, hell yeah. Hey Brando, how you see the main event going?
Shit, I see that shit going like Caleb playing versus Canelo. Caleb playing gonna be doing good work. But I do see Caleb playing being up. I see Benavidez stopping him around like rounds 9, 10, 10-ish around there. I see him being up like 6-3, 5-4, but he'll probably be up more big than that. But then around 7-8, David Benavidez start getting real comfortable and we touching him. That's when like us as fans like watching the fight, we're like, yeah, this is not gonna go much longer. Like playing will start fading away, and then David Benavidez gonna stop him late. That's how I see it going.
How you see that, Bass?
Something similar. Something similar. Or really 50-50 down the line. I feel like both guys going to be pressuring one another with good effective aggression early on. Caleb really going to be boxing on that back foot, doing that triangle thing, going backwards, or it could be back, or it could go bad for him with Benavides pressure him towards that area. But I think Caleb, obviously smart enough, uh, talented enough to kind of maneuver and finagle around there. So it's going to be really, really competitive. But I think the pressure for Benavides late, because I think he's like a major league pitcher. He just gets stronger. I think Verlander, when he won MVP in 2010, he got stronger, and the pitch count going up and the 100 miles an hour, like 10, 11th inning type shit. So he's gonna get strong, more energized as the fight goes, and I like the shit talk from him, man. You know,
You know what? You
and then
know what? Okay, my bad. My bad.
I was gonna say, if Caleb wins, though, truth, man, would you agree that he's the best super middleweight right now in all the super middleweights? If he wins this fight, number one.
No, because the guy that's the undisputed knocked him out.
Okay, all right. Just
Um,
asking.
nah, but you know what's crazy, man? Like one thing that kind of threw me off, like, and I guess everybody, some people wasn't really paying attention, but like Caleb Plant don't got the best gas tank like out of them
You
168.
don't.
That shit surprised me that he asked for a bigger ring. Now I understand the tactical portion of it, like you want a bigger ring, more room to operate, or you could turn them, take a couple steps back. Or, I mean, you maybe have a couple more feet on each side, but I don't know how well a 22 by 22. I don't know how well that shit worked for
Help
Caleb
Caleb. Yeah.
over the ending of the fight. Like when
That's
you
what that's what people don't understand in these type of style matchups. When you got a guy that's trying to box versus a guy that's trying to come forward with the pressure, the guy that's trying to box is burning way more energy than the dude throwing all them punches because he bouncing around the ring and all that shit. Like
Mhm.
they more likely to get tired than the dude throwing all them punches.
To add to that, would you say he's going for the knockout then? Because you
Who
said
Caleb Plant?
tactical. So yeah, you said tactical. So he's trying to set something up by perhaps yes, doing a lot more moving, or maybe not doing a little less moving, and just
I mean,
think when Rosado knocked out Beck, took a little beating on, but he set
yeah,
him up.
yeah. Honestly, I mean, he probably does have more confidence in his power now after that last fight, as he should with the new coach moves and shit. He probably feel like he's always had power, but now he really know how to use it. So we gonna see. Like he probably does think he could catch him, stop him with some shit.
And I was telling my brother, like, that's possible,
Yeah, it
but
is
he gonna have to
possible.
do it. He gonna have to do it 6 rounds in, because like I said, David gonna get strong in the championship rounds and later.
Yeah,
So
yeah. That's the main
that's
reason
the
why I'm
test.
picking him. I know when it gets there, David Benavidez, he gonna be ready. I don't know about Plant.
But you know what?
Mm.
I feel like this like I'm not saying they banking on it, but I feel like Team Plant really feel like, yo, nobody never really tested David Chin like that. Like,
Yeah.
and that Darrell fight, no matter you want to call him old, whatever you want to say, that's the perfect confidence booster fight going into a fight like this, because now you could look back at David Tape and be like, yo, he fighting a bunch of flat-footed guys that can't move. I could
hmm
move and I could punch. Like I know I'm gonna catch him. Like Caleb really probably thinking that. Like I
Yeah,
know I'm gonna.
but I don't think he gonna catch him, bro.
Uh,
And all that moving shit. That's why I said I see him being up until the point of the stoppage. Not a big like crazy, but I see him being up because I do see him out boxing him. Then David Benavidez touch to like later in the fight for me. He comes on,
right.
but
But
I don't
it's like
think
a double.
I don't
Go ahead.
know.
I'm sorry.
No,
Um,
it's good. It's good.
it's kind of like a double-edged sword, though, because I like what you said. I haven't heard that one yet. No one has tested David's chin. We've seen him down, but not that chin. You know, and then the intangibles there, kind of like what Truth was going to. Look, man, both men have character and have been there, done that, and have and how should I say, resolved some demons and still going on. I like I like. Well, I mean, hell, you had David come on the show, Truth, and explain to us about some of his trials. And I love ever since he moved away from Arizona, he's been up in Seattle. All business, man. All gas. That dude's got a six pack now, right now, when he flex.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
That's
He
just,
is safe.
you know what? Hey,
and
look, listen, and don't. I'm not trying to be funny, but I mean, like, this dude been making weight, doing a lot of shit, and we ain't seen David with no six pack. I hope this guy not overtraining, man. Like, I hope he ain't.
nah, nah,
Well,
nah, nah.
I'm just saying, I just hope he ain't leave it all in a boxing gym. Because the
Mm,
thing with me, now, granted, there's different ways to make weight, there's different ways to get in shape. But if we seen you at, remember, we seen him, I forgot which fight, he was at 166, I think, in the Lemieux fight. And he wasn't cut up like that.
yeah,
Well, what I would say to that, what I would say to that is like, I, that's fair, truth, like you said, the overtraining, but I don't think so. And kind of going back to my character, I want to finish up with Caleb too, but the character points I was making with David, nah, he seems really, really concentrated, man. And like I said, he's up there in Seattle putting in a lot of work. Um, you saw how he had a fight previous to this. He stopped that only to make this fight. And I think already being a champion, right? For such a young man who took it seriously, has helped him in this moment because he brags about, I guess you could say he boasts about that a little bit, but he's still that's kind of he uses it as fuel to be like, no, I want to get back to that and better. And then on Caleb's side, look, man, like Caleb, I've always liked this about him: calm, cool, collective, and that's why I kind of like this new approach with Breadman, who's only sharpening him and making him stronger. So those two go hand in hand. Both of their personalities are beinging off each other. So I like that. You know, Caleb. You know, I don't want to say this, but like he or I don't want to say that. Like I'm kind of speaking for him. He comes from humble beginnings, so he's not really surprised by a lot of this. He already has been on the big bright light spot with Canelo, so kind of nothing new is phasing him. I mean, you got to think he buried a child, a previous child before, so he's been through a lot, man. So he, good heart, tough guy. So this is a good fight.
But yo, what I'm saying is, like, all right, with David, right? We seen him make 168 a lot of times.
Hmm.
We never seen him with a six pack. So to me, the fact that we seeing David Benavidez with a six pack, you have to be training substantially harder than you probably ever trained in your whole life. You got to probably be picking up weights, doing a lot of shit, bro. You get what I'm
What's
saying?
that, cardio though? Right, right. Cardio though, right? I mean, you
I
know,
mean, it could be lifting. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like, I don't think it's just cold.
cardio.
I
Well,
don't know.
cardio, abs, and yeah, strength training,
Yeah,
for sure.
I just hope him. I want to see the best version of the fight. I don't want to see no tired ass Benavidez. I don't want to see no tired ass Caleb Plant. I want the best version of both of these guys.
Right. Shit, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's still, even at that early on presser about a month ago, you still saw like a lot of his bulge hanging over there. He's still very big dude, like a real 6'3", um, big ass guy, man.
So look,
Uh,
my bad. So look though. Question. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask both of you. I'm gonna ask Brando first. Brando, you think Benavidez gonna stop him?
yeah.
So what could Caleb Plant do to get a win?
It's gonna be hard. He gotta. I guess he gotta. I don't know.
You don't think there's no way he can outbox him?
Nah, not for long. He gonna get tired. I think what he gotta do is he gotta. I think if David takes his power and he feels some shit, then like he could get more comfortable on the inside a bit and mix that in with the boxing. Then he could win by that. But by like bouncing around the ring and hoping to counter him all night, I don't think that's gonna work. I think he gonna
mm,
have to like exchange a bit and like for me like eat a shot or two, but also hit him right back. Probably get the better of those exchanges too in order to win that fight. And I
I
just
think
don't see him doing that. I see him trying to bounce around the ring, trying to outbox him. Then Dave Benavidez just wants to keep pressuring, and eventually he gonna crack.
mm.
yeah, I'm thinking like I feel like Caleb got to fight him on the inside, not
Yeah,
close
yeah,
range.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like not close
That's what I'm
range.
saying.
He got to fight him on the inside, like to
Yeah,
where he could throw his shit off, tie Benavidez up, get right back out the top, throw some punches. If he get hit, tie that motherfucker back him up, move around the ring a little bit. You know what I mean? Set some traps, work your way back on the inside, tie him back the fuck up again. Like he gonna have to be frustrating Benavidez and make it like he gonna have to make it to where like when the referee break it, Benavidez is beasting to land a punch. You get me? So he can really walk him into some shit.
I like what Steven said at the bottom there too. He said, "Old boy got a nutritionist." That's right. Well, we can't forget that, man. This guy's really been taking it serious and taking his career and doing what he's got to do, doing the small things, doing the details. That's gonna show up in the longer run.
Who you got? Who you got, Clive?
I got David. You know, I think you've heard me enough brag about him. He and Devin are like becoming some of my favorites, man, because I believe that they really want the smoke with the best. Like they want to fight the best guys. So back to David. Yes, I got David winning. I got him stopping him. Listening. It's Brando, right? My bad, man. I got to introduce myself. I'm Steph.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's up?
Brando. I like what Brando said. Shit, I'm always forgetting what he said. But kind of keep, or what you said too, Truth. Keep it on the inside with Caleb, you know, and kind of punch with him. And I think going back to the tactical reasons why he asked for that big ring, you got to think he gonna give him. This is me thinking he gonna give him that Bivol treatment where try to keep the fight in the middle of the ring, make it appear and appease to the judges, right? But Caleb again is the boxer puncher, and he's sitting down his punches nowadays, so he know what he's doing in there, trying to set it up. We just us fans get a little Williamson there when he's kind of getting to that triangle there, heading towards the ropes. But again, he's a boxer first, so he's setting something up. But again, now I'm gonna go to David. Man, he don't care, man. He's all gas, pure destruction. You got to think the way how he slips and parries shots. He walks right through it, uses his hands, his elbows, uh, kind of not exactly the Kent Norm, but he's blocking shit and he's walking right through it. But I like also what Brando said. You know, he gonna test David. No, Caleb's gonna test David's chin.
Yeah.
But I think he gonna eventually probably walk right through it, man, because his engine just, you know, his Hemi just roars up by round 9, and then like you see, he starts smiling in there. And then I wanted to say this a little earlier about David. You got to think his influence. He grew up sparring and hanging out with guys like I think he even told us Triple G. So you got to think with that crazy style, and he's just, I mean, think of it, man. That dude's huge, but he fights like a little guy. He's just ass out fucking gas, just fucking punching you to death. So man, he probably going. Caleb's a tough guy for taking this fight, man. He gonna get stopped late, and it's gonna be a
That's how
beautiful.
you
It's
feel?
gonna be a good thing. Yeah, and I said this a while back. I'm not mad at anyone who chooses Caleb because he can definitely win this fight. And coming back to my comments, I think he is number one if he beats David, because David's
Yeah.
the best 168 pounder. I don't care what none of y'all say, man. Canelo, and I know he beat Caleb, and yes, he is undisputed, but he didn't fight the best guys. No, no. Caleb again right now. Yes, he got knocked out by Canelo, but he's fighting the best super middleweight, man. And if he wins, shit, he's number one, dog. Like that rematch gonna be looking pretty funny if he wins.
Yeah, nah, I would love to see that. Steph said Canelo a body David. I don't know, man.
Steve, young sir. No way. Think about it. Think about it. Shout out BF. Old boy was known to gas out at 54. Dude's been moving up all the way to 75, taking, tainted meats and not. And he did gas out against Bivol. But man, that guy's
I wasn't at
I
68
love Canelo, man, but he a joke, bro. Stop.
though.
He not messing with David, man. Why you think he don't even want to fight David, unfortunately.
Wow. Hate it had to be him. Man,
Yeah.
I don't want to change the subject right now, but I feel like I have to. Tell me you saw that Ryan Garcia interview where this motherfucker just said that he got a clause in the contract with Tank that he can't eat 3 days out the week or some shit like that. Did you just see that?
Hey man, that dude is selling this. He's selling the fight. it's a win-win. He lying about this mug. In truth, I gotta put my disclaimer out there, dude. I don't even care about this shit. Like, I don't care about this fight. I don't care about this fight, man. Like, remember when y'all laughed me out the fucking door, like way back at the end of last year? And like, I stand corrected. The fight got made, but like, I give no shits. I asked for something different. I got blessed with this. That's cool. No beef. But Ryan, dog, like what he doing right now with all the funky business and the lies, he just selling the fight, he making it big, and people are, we're talking about it. People are talking about all this stuff. People are saying he bitching, moaning, and crying, which he is. Um, but the fact is, dude, like I'm telling y'all, man, the dude not like that, and
Man,
has done nothing, like nothing, nothing. Like I can't give the man any credence, any any kudos. Like, dude, you've done nothing. But all of a sudden, like, we're supposed to be gassed because you're fighting Tank. Like, and
well,
whatever.
I do think it's the biggest fight that could be made at lightweight right now.
You
Um,
think so? You think so, True?
Yeah, listen, I think it's the biggest, not the best. I ain't saying it's the best fight that could be made at lightweight.
Ah,
I do think it's the biggest monetary
gotcha.
fight that could be made at lightweight
I
right
see.
now. But that shit is crazy. Like, yo, listen. Now, granted, I used to like work out heavy, so I know who Bradley Martin is and shit like that. I know he's like a bodybuilder, not even really, but he body builds, but he's really an influencer. Like he doesn't really compete and shit like
A,
that.
a
But
fitness guy. Okay.
yeah,
Healthy
fitness guy,
fitness dude.
a fitness YouTuber, right? And so
Right.
um that shit just kind of tripped me out because you going on this platform that these people are casuals at, and you telling them this bullshit, talk about I yo, that's fucking crazy, bro.
Exactly.
Bro,
Exactly, bro.
he said
Exactly.
3 days
Exactly.
out the week he can't eat, bro. That's who checks that? What fucking PBC Tank Davis hired aide is checking to make sure that Ryan Garcia is going a full 72 hours per week without eating?
Dude, like, I'm telling you, man, like, he's selling this shit. He's selling his shit, and but what that doesn't even make any sense. It's like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Like, let's just say if that's true, right? You're complaining that you get a pound above the weight limit that you've been fighting at your entire career. I don't get that.
Word.
I don't get old dude, man. But like, it's he's selling. Like I said, he's selling, man. He's selling, and like he all over my YouTube, man. He all over my YouTube, man. Right? Him without his shirt, with those ugly tattoos on his chest, and like he does his Justin Bieber pose, and like, man, the 22nd of April can't get here fast enough. So I'm happy that y'all are happy that the fight's here. So you know, all good, bro. Ryan Garcia, dog. Ryan Garcia, man.
I mean, I want
Let
to
me
see the
ask you something real fast. Hold on. Let me ask you something real fast. What's How does he win against Tank?
he got to catch him. He got to catch him.
Gotta catch him. All right.
That's the only way. And he got to catch him within 6 rounds. If he don't catch Tank within the first 6 rounds, he's going to sleep for sure. Because
Okay.
like he gets sloppy, and people the crazy like again, people have these narratives that they run with, and it's like the narrative not attached to fucking nothing. If you go back and watch the Tego fight, like Tego moved around the ring a little bit early on in that fight, but once the fight got to round 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Tego was standing right in front of that guy, right in front
You
of
see
him.
how you see how gas he looked too? He was
Yeah,
tired. Talking about Ryan.
yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's
Mm.
that's that's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, man, it's like, man, we gonna see, man. We definitely gonna see. Dave Morrell's supposed to be on that look because look, my man Rito said, do we even know if Benavidez is better than Morrell yet?
Yeah, yeah, but let me say this about Morel, because I'm starting to really hop on his bandwagon here as of probably let's say the last like 10 months. Like, when I say bandwagon, like, I'm like, oh, Morel, and before I was never like that crazy. But the reason why is because, like, I'm huge on Ronnie Shields, and I can see the hard work that's starting to pay off in these last 2 and 3 fights with him. He's starting to look like Charlo, man, with that back step, with that step back uppercut,
Yeah.
that and like just the whole Ronnie Shields setup. But I was listening to L Dub talk like this. His real frame body of work, like framework, because he's Cuban. He's an outside fighter, and I think that's he's blessed. He's athletic enough to just do whatever in there. That's why, like, when he was beating up on Audios or whatever, you saw him. It was very kind of like Ali S, where it was like you looking at the ref like, "You gonna stop this? I'm gonna kill this man," and he damn near did. And
Yes, sir.
so he's a special, special, special talent. And but I think Benavidez, uh, his, or let me all say this: this is what separates him and Morrell. Benavidez is a gas tank, bro. It's a real gas tank. No PEDs, no steroids, just pure I'm gonna beat your ass energy. Think about that. Just let that sit for a moment. Like think about all his fights. Now I know he hasn't done that. His resume doesn't have the star power yet, but the dude's got a gas tank, man, and it's just kind of indestructible until he gets knocked the fuck out.
Yeah,
I
but
ain't gonna,
he ain't fight nobody punching close to how Morrell punching, bro.
right. But Morrell haven't, I ain't gonna say Morrell has either. Morrell ain't been in there with, they they've been spoon feeding him for a little bit, if not still, and he's on his way. I saw an interview. Shout out to KQKC going on about at least 4 or 5 months now, with Ronnie on there saying, they're looking they're looking to be in 75 in another 15 months from now.
They're looking
So
to be where?
be at 175.
Wow.
Now I know that's trainer talking, but like I could see it. Hey man, Benavidez. We've heard Samson say that at least twice in the chicken talks, and I've been there with Ezra where he was spitting that type of knowledge where Benavidez would be up there. So hopefully they'll meet, and I'm glad. Shout out to the PBC. In the past, they've been reluctant to move the middleweights. Think the 60s, 68s, 75s. Look like they're gonna be getting it popping, starting with this fight. So, yeah,
Samson be capping.
Samson, what?
He be capping. Samson definitely be capping.
Yeah. Well, hey, he's a promoter, baby. Come on now. He's a promoter. Don't forget. I be trying to tell y'all about Bill Haney like that. He a promoter, man. Come on. If they not gonna promote their own fighter, who else gonna do it, man? So
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, but they
yeah.
barely doing that. Them motherfuckers barely promoting you got to be getting highlight reel knockouts or the fans just got to like you. They
Where
barely
that
be.
BLK Prime at today? Dump.
Huh?
I said, where that BLK Prime at today? Dump. So hey, it's a hard game to live in, man. You just be glad you got someone out there running their mouth about you, right?
Hey, wasn't this supposed to be
Um,
calling that Rocha mandatory today?
oh yeah, I know you talking about. My brother mentioned that earlier. Yeah, man. Hey, come on, man. You don't care about that. You only care if that dude fight big fish. So like, whatever. It's whatever, man. Terrence out here looking bad, dude. Looking
Yeah.
real bad, True. He looking real bad. He looking real bad. I'm talking like down and out and just bad in the streets, dog. Like it started out real rosy after that Porter win, and then the old boy went on tour after he sued the old pops, and then we went through what we went through with that negotiations. That was just to appease us, the fans and whatnot. And his actions are a lot different from his words. That's why I
Mm,
always say, like when he gets brought up, I'm just like, dude, I don't have no words. Like I don't even know what to say. Don't know what to say. But what I do care about is what I've always cared about. Dog, I don't want to see you in there with big fish. You said you did. You said you were. And it's funny how no one puts any pressure on him. He lied again. He's told so many lies, but this lie's been sticking out to me. Remember when he put that note out on on you Apple users, because I'm still an Android user. Well,
yeah,
when you guys write notes, remember
yeah.
when he put that note out after it got announced that he was fighting Avanesian? He was like, I'm paraphrasing. He was like, I told him I wanted to fight this year and we couldn't get anything done, yada yada yada. So I'm gonna fight this tough competitor in David, get a little bread, and the plan stays the same. I'm going back to fighting and beating Errol Spence's ass.
Yeah.
He has not done that, dude. How's going to Golden Boy beating Errol Spence's ass? Like,
I'll say this, Clev. Like
God, dog.
they, they were supposed to do the fucking purse bid today. What happened? They were supposed to call it.
That was that's I mean, okay. I just summed it up right here. I just thought about it. You know what that was? See, Oscar's a real one. I know we talked down. He likes to wear fishnets and shit, but Oscar kept it real. It's starting to come out uh, about some of the contributions to his disgruntled relationship with Canelo is that Oscar was pressuring him to fight real smoke. Dude didn't want to fight no smoke. So I equate that to this situation. Oscar kept it real. It was like, look, dog. First off, I'm not giving you half as what you were getting from him or what you were expecting to get from him over there. We can do business, but eventually you're gonna have to fight some smoke. And whatever that looks like, Bud said no. Or I'm speaking for him, but like you don't his actions say no, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. So it's the ops has always looked funny on him. I'm like, truth, I'm gonna tell you the truth, dude. Dog, I'm every time I really think about that dude, I'm like, that is not the best. Like you heard Cliff Rose say, the dude has never fought a number one rated fighter. How are you the best and you've never fought? Cliff has never wrote a fucking bio on him, dog. How have you
Mhm.
never fought a number one? So many questions. So I just don't. I don't put him up there, man. And I don't laugh or look at someone funny because they do put him up there.
Who
I'm
Spence
just
thought
like,
that was number one?
uh, Kell Brook, that's his best win. Because why? Because at that time, you got to remember it was Floyd Mayweather, it was Manny Pacquiao, uh, and Kell Brook. Kell Brook. After those two did their thing, Kell Brook was considered number one, and Spence went overseas and got that belt. So so Spence beat that guy. He was the
Well,
number one rated welterweight at the time.
I mean, I don't know, man, because I think that Kell Brook was the goods. Kell Brook was the truth. Kell Brook was for sure. He was very good. But I'm not going to act like he wasn't coming off a knockout loss, getting his eyes broke.
Well, that's okay though, right? I mean, he went
Yeah,
up
but
two
you,
weight
but
classes, right? I mean,
yeah, no, no, the
what's
loss.
that got to do with? Okay,
No,
my
the
bad. Go ahead.
loss is okay. The loss is okay. I'm not like I never shit on fighters for losing, but if for somebody to and granted, I don't got like I think Crawford gonna win. I don't like none of this shit Crawford doing. You know what I mean? I don't like none of the kind of games or the kind of moves that he making and shit like that. But I can't just be like, oh yeah, spins this, spins that, because like the dude Kell Brook was coming off getting his eye busted up by Golovkin, bro. You know what I'm
That,
saying? Like, I mean
but
that.
when I hear you say that though, truth, I'm just like, what's that got to do with Big Fish?
No,
He's a listen to me. He's a number one contender about to fight that guy. Who that guy moved up two weights to do something totally radically different and away from Spence. Like so listening to you, like I don't think that has. I don't think him losing to Triple D takes any creditation from him fighting Big Fish at all.
no,
Like
I don't
I
take no
mean,
credit away, but I'm saying like it's not like it ain't like we didn't know what version of Kell Brook we was gonna get after coming off a broken eye socket, and then you go right into the next fight, and then you get the other eye socket broken. Now Earl might have still snatched that eye. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Earl wouldn't have snatched his eye. I'm just saying like when you look at Earl Spence uh opponents on paper, yeah, he got good opponents, but Terrence Crawford knocked out Sean Porter. You could say Sean Porter was at the end of his career, but again, if we not going to use that, it's like so with certain things, either we're going to use the excuse or we not going to use the excuse. So people would say like, "Oh, he beat Sean Porter. Sean Porter was at the tail end of his career." That's an excuse because I could say he beat Kell Brook. Kell Brook was coming off getting knocked out and his eye broke by Triple G. So if I can't use the excuse about and this guy being knocked out, then people shouldn't be able to be like, oh yeah, well, Crawford only beat Sean Porter because he was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Because Porter was announcing when he fought Earl. He was doing the PBC on Fox's shows and shit like that. He was doing that shit then too.
Okay, and you're right. That's well, I was gonna say you're right, but that's us, saying those things. That's us, the fans talking. And then what's funny is I wanted to ask you a rhetorical question, but like, no, man, you're right. And let me tell you why you're right. Because look, man, fight by fight, these guys coming out of fights, they're not the same. They're not the same at all, man. They're not the same. They're not the same. So when because I was gonna ask you, did you think did you think he was better uh as a better welterweight going in fighting Triple G, and then less of a welterweight coming out of that? But really, he was and is. So I mean, yeah.
But
But I still stand by what I said though. He was the number one guy. He was the number one welterweight. And then I'm gonna insert Bud. Bud fights this guy 3 years later, and when he did fight him, he was coming in and out of weight issues. He's saying one thing but doing another. He's like, yeah, I can make 47, but he's fighting at 54, and then I think he came out of retirement, if I'm not correct. So I'm not exactly holding that against him, but those are facts, dude. Like that's real. Like that's the reality.
No, you're right, happened. But I just look at it like this, right? And again, I like both of these guys. I'm an Earl Spence fan and I'm a Terrence Crawford fan. But people be going down these rabbit holes. Like another one. Like, okay, people want to talk about was Kell Brook the same? Just like you said, we don't know if Kell Brook was the same fighter or not. But I know he beat Sean Porter for that IBF. And I think he may have beaten him easier than Earl Spence beating him a couple years later.
Yeah, but when Errol fought him, Errol beat him for the belt. Or no, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. But no. Let me just say that again. But when Errol also fought him too, it was for a belt, and he took his belt. So I mean, it's the same thing.
It is. But what I'm saying is, though, I think Kell Brook beat Sean Porter easier than Earl Spence beat Sean Porter.
That only makes my point better. He's the number one guy, and Earl went over there and beat him.
But Sean Porter got stopped by Bud.
And Errol stopped Kell Brook. And so, I mean, it works. It works. It works. Look, man, I know what you're trying to say. We just want these dudes to fight. Facts. Now I know us fans, including me, have said a lot of shit about this fight and have poked a lot of fun and have taken it seriously and have taken it to different vantage points that we all never thought we could fathom, really. But my main opinion has always stayed the same, even before we got here today. This dates back probably to like late fall time, going back to 21. I was like, dude, this dude doesn't want to fight big fish, man. I don't know the reason why, and I'm not gonna pretend like I do, but the actions has said and will continue to say. And I always say, coin this too. I always say this I get this from KB. The real profit is time. So think about it. Here we are going on a year and a half, man. Still not there. We're still not there. We have a lot of data too, like concrete evidence that says the whys. So it's ugly, man. And then I was on this swag for a while, and I'm still on this swag too. And another reason why I don't make this a big deal anymore is because I can't force Terrence to do anything, man. Nor am I trying to. That's just relation, with how I feel about something. I don't want anyone forcing me to do anything I don't want to do. So since I've already, gotten peace that way, I'm not even kidding you, Triple. I've kind of moved on, man. Very much moved on. Like the real question is, like, who Terrence gonna fight? Like, bitch, well, hey, man, tell him to get his paperwork ready and go talk to Al, bro. Again.
What up,
Brody? What it do? What's popping?
Chilling, man. What's going on, man?
Well, what it do?
What up, Cal?
I just
Chilling,
had my
chilling.
salad for the evening.
Yeah, man. How we get back to this? What happened? What's new?
Nah. I thought they were supposed to call that purse bid today, right?
And they didn't.
Yep.
Dang.
So,
He said it. They
look,
did.
you know what? You know why they didn't call it?
Wow.
Or y'all already passed all that? Y'all. I know we all understand all that.
I gave my opinion. What's yours, Kyle? I gave my opinion earlier, though.
I mean, man, shit. We know what's happening. We know what's popping. Them boys talking. Regardless to what, regardless to if it happened or not. Again, at least we know it's in the works. And I mean, of course, that don't do enough for us as fans that really want to see it. But I mean, at least we know right as of now, it looked like it's going in the right direction. Again, now we don't know what's gonna happen, man. I think we just gotta chill out, man. I think we just gotta chill out and relax, man. We're gonna get the fight. You know what I'm saying? EJ gonna possibly snatch another orbital, or you know what I'm saying? Crawford gonna win by unanimous decision.
Hey,
It is,
man.
it is what it is.
Speaking of fish, yeah, I'm dying to see him, man. Truth. Yo, I was just telling another buddy about this, man. I regret not meeting y'all in Dallas for his last fight. And
Kyle was
think about it. Hey, you were there, Kyle? Word, man.
Yeah, I was
Y'all,
up in
I
Dallas.
told y'all then. I said I hope y'all enjoyed it because we're not gonna see him for a long time. We still have not seen him. There's still no fight date. I mean,
Hey
I
man,
keep saying this, but some people whom I really trust put me on some game. Look, like Keith Thurman's one of the biggest shit talkers of this era. He's not commented once. He ain't said nothing. But again, back to those sauces.
I
That
think
they say
everybody
it's
got a
on.
different level of respect for that fight. So even if Keith Thurman find out that he's not getting that fight, I think one, they gonna also probably line him up with something that's worthy. And two, like I say, he gonna have enough respect to not spill the beans on what's going on, man. Keith Thurman always gave me uh a mature kind of guy. You get what I'm saying? Keith Thurman don't come off as immature. Like he talks shit, but he talk shit when it's time to. Like he talk shit to promote his fights or to get a fight kind of popping off or whatnot. You feel me? He not one of those people that's just moving off emotions out here. So I doubt rather his fight was happening or his fight not happening. Either way, when he find out, I doubt we'll just get like some immature shit talking going on out of Keith Thurman. You did. And
Yeah.
plus, Keith Thurman got to be careful with the way he talks shit now these days, anyway, man. Because people know about that gut. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah,
Oh man.
Keith
Oh
Thurman
man.
don't feel nice out here, man.
Oh my goodness.
That's on that.
Remember when he was over there in India sparring in the streets?
But I don't know, man. Did y'all talk about Saturday, man? I'm excited, man, because
Yeah.
came off
But
this
look,
shitty weekend.
but hold on, Cal. But before we talk about Saturday, did you see Ryan Garcia say that Tank and them saying he can't eat? He signed in a contract saying 3 days out the week he can't eat or drink nothing.
All right, I gotta let you know, bro. I'm one of the kind of people when he said the LB, like out of all people, I didn't think you could send that you would. I just saw that too, by the way, when I popped up, so I had to go back and do some reading and look at everything. But I'm one of those kind of people too that talk in sarcasm. So
Yeah.
of course I knew that was sarcasm, like off rip. You get what I'm saying? Like just saying that,
Yeah.
I kind of knew that was sarcasm.
Yeah.
But I mean, the good thing about sarcasm when you're dealing with somebody who is witty as Ryan, and then you're dealing with people who get really emotional about certain things like Tank and Ellaby. When Ryan do stuff like that, it help reveal other things. You get what I'm saying? So I like that
Yeah.
it make facts start coming out. So I'm with it, man. I'm there for the back and forth, man. Hopefully, nobody break their hand or nobody boiling eggs with the wrong kind of water or whatnot, and we get the fight exactly when we're supposed to get.
Yeah.
Because I'm excited for that one too.
Nah, facts.
Boiling eggs. Damn, it's science,
I
bro.
don't know what kind of eggs they boiling out here, man, but I don't know the
Hey,
science of that. But
Hey,
them
hey,
ain't
real quick.
American.
yeah.
Right. Real
Yo,
quick,
hey, Paul.
actually. Question to both of you gentlemen. There's so much uh volatility in the YouTube sphere when it comes to Tank. So I just want to ask both of you. I'll start with you, Truth. What's your general view of him? And Where do you think he's going to go after this?
I think so. My general view of Tank, I think Tank is a great fighter. I think that his boxing IQ is slept on. I think it's slept on rightfully so because he haven't fought the fights that would suggest that he is the best fighter in boxing. Again, people talk about Terrence Crawford and his eye test and who he beat and who he didn't beat, but at the same time, some of them same people say it for that reason, but they'll say Tank one of the best fighters. So if you want to talk about Crawford for who he beat and who he didn't beat, we got to talk about Tank the same way when they say Tank one of the best. But I still do myself. I think Tank one of the best fighters in the game right now, man. I think that he gonna get this win over Ryan. And I think it's only two ways about it, man. These big money fights, either he could keep the train going, or I look at it like this: he really got four options after this. He could do some Esau Cruz 2 bullshit, which probably not gonna happen. I'm really hoping that the WBA steps up and say, "Hey, listen, we need that consolidation with Haney and Tank." I would love to see that. I would love to see a Frank Martin fight. I don't think we see
Or
Tank.
Shakur.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen Tank in. See, and again, what the reason why I'm bringing that up because one of these not Ryan, or maybe so with Ryan. In Tank next 2 to 3 fights, we're gonna find out everything we ever wanted to know about him, right? I want to see Tank in with a slick black fighter just like he is. Why not throw him with a slick black fighter who's also a southpaw and around the same age as him, like Frank Martin?
This is what we're gonna
I'm not
find out
saying
if he got
Frankie,
that Canelo
baby.
blood or not.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm not saying Frank. I'm not saying Frank got all the tools. I'm not saying that he just gonna run over Tank, but I think he got some tools in his toolbox and he gonna come to work. Point blank, period. So again, I think whether we get Haney in now again, we hearing that they announcing the fight with Haney and Loma, when we know over at Top Rank, usually big fights come with big extensions. So again, that's one thing. So we don't know what's gonna happen with that. But at the same time, man, like I think Tank is one of the best fighters fighting right now. I've been to his last 2 fights. You know what I mean? In DC, here in DC, and in New York, I've been to the last 2. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, the dude is star. But I just think that we just missing a couple fights, man. I just need a couple fights, and I think he get past Ryan, he get past a Frank, or get past a Devin, or get past a Shakur or something like that. It's no question this guy is going to be on the pound for pound list.
I see. Let me add one more thing in that question to you. But you did mention the man's name, Devin Haney. But I was going to say these belts got to matter. They really got to matter. We saying all these other fights, but I'm like, dog, this is the fight. It's dude right here with all the marbles.
Yeah, and I don't think
Yeah.
Tank going nowhere either. And I think that's the great thing about this whole situation. I don't think Tank I don't need to see Tank at 140. Like he could stay at
Nah.
135 and just reign. Like he could just stay at 135 and just get busy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So you know what I
because there's
mean.
like what 4 and 5 fights down there for him
Yeah, it's a
for
couple. Yeah,
sure.
so you got Shakur down there. You got Frank Martin down there. You got Devin Haney down. Well, shit, I don't think Devin Haney
Probably
gonna
a
be.
Devin Haney rematch. Shit,
I don't think Devin gonna be there, man. I just don't think Devin gonna be there.
Oh, gonna be in the weight
Um,
class. Gotcha.
no, yeah, I don't think Devin gonna be at 135. If he fight Tank, that's gonna be a 137 catch weight, some shit like that. I don't think them boys gonna be. You know what I mean?
Let me just remind you though. Look, like Devin's 24 now. He turned 24 last November. Uh, a lot has been said about that in his weight issues. He, I've seen him not from afar, but like on the telly. That is, I throughout the years he's grown. So I mean, but he's still committed to making 135. So whatever that means, it looks like he can still make the weight. I'm not gonna say he can't.
I agree with Boston's. I think Haney gonna go to 140 shortly. I think it makes sense to have
He said
Haney,
he was. He said he was though. I heard him say that on a friend's show. So I mean,
and
you know,
especially if he re-signed with Top Rank, right? If he re-signed with Top Rank, it makes sense to go ahead and fight Loma, beat Loma, right? That's in May. In June, what's happening in June? T.O. fighting Josh Taylor. If T.O. could get that belt, then guess what we got? We got a Madison Square Garden ESPN pay-per-view with Devin Haney moving up from being undisputed to fight Teofimo Lopez, the WBO 140 champion. I think that's a great story. That's a great storyline, right? And they've been talking shit. That's a fight that been marinating already. That's a fight that, then all this undisputed argument going to come back up. It's going to get fiery. You got T.O. dad. You got Devin Haney dad. You get what I'm saying? That's a big money fight.
Yeah, right.
Or as much money as Top Rank will give you.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah,
when
go ahead.
all the start going on at 140, right? If we get that, because I think that's a fight that we got a high chance of seeing. So when that going on at 140, what's gonna happen with Tank, man? You think Tank gonna let all them guys leave him down there? You don't think Tank gonna want to try to come up to challenge nobody?
Man,
we talking about within the next 2 years.
Well, Tio ran to that division, man.
Everybody
like, he didn't even try to real fast. Truth, like he didn't even try to rematch Cambo. So like he ran the 40. But whatever.
Remember he had the little some medical issue that he had too.
That was a lie. That's cap, nigga. Lungs air is made for lungs. Stop. Like stop. Yeah. A bubble. Like okay, so what's supposed to go in your lungs? Not air. Stop. You fought 2 or 3 times afterward. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what they were saying, I guess he got it fixed. Like, I don't know, man. I ain't the man doctor. My man boss said, I want to see T.O. do something. He ice cold right now. No, me too, bro. He had a close fight with Lomachenko. He won that. He pulled that out. I give him that. But I mean, bad performance versus Kambosos, bad performance versus Compa, bad performance versus Sandor Martin, and now you talk about fighting Josh Taylor. The best thing that T.O. got going for him is that he done fought twice since Josh Taylor fought last. So again, now you might got a young now. Again, fight is all about your last fight and how you catch your next groove. Maybe them 2 fights at 140 is what T.O. need to shake off the Lomachenko cobwebs and move forward. You never know. We could fuck around and see this explosive ass Teofimo Lopez. You know what I mean? But he could get his fucking head knocked off too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I think that's going to be a good ass fight, man. I really think that's going to be a very, very good fight. I was thinking that Taylor was just going to walk through T.O. for a minute, but now as I'm starting to think about this shit more, bro, I just don't think that he going. I don't think it's going to go like that, man. I don't. I don't think it's going to go like that. Man. I mean, Taylor, his last performance wasn't that good, and he ain't fought in a fucking year.
How you think?
Can we do a fight study on that fight?
T.O. and Taylor?
No. Taylor and Catterall fight.
Shit, we could one day. I'm with it.
One day, I want to do it because, it was an ugly win for Taylor, but I thought he won the fight.
I mean, he got dropped. He you know what I mean? He got dropped. He didn't make the right adjustment. Only thing he did was.
But hang on, Truth. I'm sorry, sir, but like the reason why I brought it up because man, we are so down on Josh Taylor now. Like look, I know his outside the ring antics are off. His ops are funny and whatnot. And he acts hard, this, that, and the other. He's just a crazy ass white boy. But nah, man, he's that dude beat everybody, man.
Hey, Clev,
go ahead.
Stop a second, bro. Josh Taylor is a pound for pound, top 10 pound for pound guy right now in my eyes. You ain't got to convince me. I'm on the Josh Taylor train, bro. But only thing I'm saying is his last performance wasn't ideal, and on top of that, he just had to pull out for a foot injury, and on top of that, it's been like a fucking year. You know what I mean? And you going in with a guy that is younger than you. He is 30. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like Josh Taylor and T.O. was like a year or two apart. He is 30. You know what I mean? I know they said before the first Catterall fight, remember the first Catterall fight got postponed. He had that black eye, but they said he had an injury. So let's go with the injury. He had an injury before the Catterall fight, fought like shit, right? Dropped all the belts, right? Never had to reschedule the fight.
Yeah, I remember that.
Rescheduled the fight, had another foot injury. Now you talking about fuck that fight. We're going into Teofimo Lopez, bro. It's a lot of variables. Like, I mean, if he was 5 months off a Catterall fight with this announced, yeah, I think he'd fucking knock T.O. out. But it's just a lot of variables, bro. Like, it's a lot of variables here that I don't like.
Well, I
still think he's going to win by knockout.
Right? Yes, sir. I'm with that. I gotta put this. No, I'll say that for later. Right. I let me talk about some of those variables though. I think it's just boxing capery, and you know he said a lot of funky things, man, and basically made it about money. That's why he dropped all his belts. But at any given moment, dude, you could have moved up and fought the big fish. You could have moved up and exercised the right that you earned. Champions can move up and request it and do that, or
Because
even Terrence Crawford. And there
you,
was murmurs of that, but he didn't. And here we are today, and I'll get to it. Uh, man, I don't like To, man. I never have. I never
I'm not a
have.
big steel guy either. I'm not a
I'm
big
not a
steel
big, but when I say that, like I'm talking about his boxing skill. Like I care less about his boxing capery too. I mean, dude lied about air in his lungs. Um, fucking but I'd be lying to you gentlemen both if I said he couldn't fight. The dude has natural talent. I've always said that at least. Um, I just I just think he was blessed with Top Rank, who gave him a quick start to stardom. He got a belt, and then he unified. He does have the best win out of the guys who he's compared to in some of his contemporaries. Like think Devin, think Tank, because he beat Loma. Um, but and then through that double-edged sword, he's blessed to be in championship caliber fights with guys like Josh Taylor or some of these guys at 140 they were mentioning. But I don't think he could beat those top guys. I don't even think he could beat Carlos Ramirez, man.
Well, the
I,
odds
I, I
are
think
odds for the fight is Taylor favored it at -130 only, and Teofimo at the even +100.
Mm.
So I
that
mean,
there's a lot of boxing capery though, Cal. Remember, and then I think that's that whole young versus old effect. But the fact is, Josh Taylor's a way better fighter than him, and he's crazy, but he's way more disciplined in
But
his
like,
fighting
but like,
style.
but like Brody was saying though, it's a lot of stuff factoring into how the fight might go, because if you look at, I mean, whenever something happened, I don't know, how you analyze it, but whenever something happened, you got to think why did that happen like that? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
When you look at all of the things that happened in the lead up to the Taylor Catterall fight, it kind of make you, what I'm saying, turn your head to the side and think about it a little bit. You get what I'm saying? And then for it to just go on a full-on abort and go to Tio, which is somebody who not that, you know what I'm saying, that's not that headstrong, not that recognized as, a big time top 140 for a guy like Josh Taylor. It's like it almost screamed, what can we do that'll look like, we still in this, or that'll look like, it's something big that's going on, when really we just getting a let's see what we got going on still kind of fight. Kind of get me?
I Yes, sir. I agree. I think so. Let me finish up that long statement there. I think Josh is looking at this fight as like this is food, bro. Like, and so let me finish. Like, Josh Taylor's a better fighter than this guy, way better fighter. Even in the Jack Catterall losing situation, or what his performance, even that version will still beat this guy. To to me doesn't even, and a quick one, he doesn't even jab to set up his punches. He definitely can't fight on the back foot, has no defense, and like, I mean, niggas is out here talking about if he still got it or not. Like, dog, stop. Like, so all of that's supposed to compete with Josh Taylor? Like, stop.
I mean,
um
I mean, I'm not.
I don't know,
I'm not
man. And
saying
then
it's.
that first shell was terrible to me. Like, what you just started doing that at 15-0, 16-0, 17-0?
I mean,
Like,
maybe it's a
stop.
maybe it's a dark cloud over both of them. Is maybe that's the reason for the odds being so close. I don't know. I mean,
Let's
I'm
stop the rain now. Hey, what was crazy to me, I don't know if y'all saw this too, for this weekend, what I found pretty interesting was that what's my man? Damn, I don't even see it no more. But they had Chris Colbert at like negative fucking like what was it, like 250 or 350 or some shit like that? At
over right.
minus, yeah, bro, that shit tripped me out. They must have took that shit down because I see all the fights up here except that one now.
So
But that,
so what you saying? So what you saying is you going at that plus money?
well,
Yeah. Is that
no,
MGM, by the way, that you're looking at?
I'm looking at draft. I was looking at draft. It's not up here no more though.
Okay.
Yeah, it was DraftKings. Somebody
That's
posted
a
it earlier too. Yeah, I thought I was tripping.
that's a close fight, and I think maybe that's just in there because he quit his last fight, so like that's probably why they got that so high or low.
Yeah.
I mean, if he quit his last fight, wouldn't it be low? It wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be that wide of a margin if we saying that he quit.
Mm.
Yeah, they took
All
it
right.
off. They took it down, yo.
Oh, he did. Wow,
Yeah, they
Man,
took that fight down.
I'm trying
interesting.
to go find that.
Freaking Rayo, man. Yeah, I got Rayo winning that.
I hope you do.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Rayo.
But Colbert, look, man, Colbert not a bad fighter. He know how to fight. He just lost his marbles that night, man, and
Yeah,
quit.
I
Sure,
don't
that's
see
all.
no
That's
La
all.
La
Like
Land.
I'm not saying he's a bad fighter because he got outclassed that bad, but like he know how to fight, man. He just not a lot of pop. Like I still want to see him fight a lot of different people because he's got the style too. So
Hey, true. If you
Yeah.
was looking for you some plus 250, you could go ahead and jump on Plant. That's I
Man,
see
that's
like
a
plus
tough fight.
250. That's a plus 250.
Shit, that's a hard plus 250. Shit,
That's a sweater, huh?
for real.
Yeah, man. You bet
That's
on
a
that 250.
$5 plus 250.
You gonna have to walk around with a rag in your pocket.
No, that's a fact. Bro,
what's
man.
the line on Plant and David then?
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's what we talking
Ah.
about. They got David Benavidez winning that fight. They saying that David Benavidez is what? What are you negative? What? Let me go back to it.
It's 360 on my app.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at now.
Negative.
Mine got him negative 310. They got Caleb plus 240.
Mm.
I mean, either way it go, man, it ain't no money to be made there. Not that I see.
Shit, let me see what it look like for the KO for Benavidez. Fight props.
Oh, that's what you leaning for?
Yo, Benavidez. Yo, why Benavidez? His the KO is minus 145.
Dang.
Huh.
So they don't see the KO.
Huh?
That means so they don't see the KO. Well, yeah, they see the KO.
Hey
do see
man,
the KO.
hey, that kind of fucks me up. Damn.
That mean they do this because think about it. Everything else. So look, when I'm looking at it, say fight outcome. It say Benavidez by decision or technical decision plus 380. Benavidez by knockout negative 145. And then they got Caleb Plant by decision plus 450. Caleb Plant by knockout plus 650.
Yo, my
Oh wow.
My app got Caleb Plant by decision at 550. I think that's I think that if I'm gonna bet a solid $50 or $100 or something just to see what happened, that's what mine go at. Mine go on the Caleb Plant distance. But I don't know.
Okay,
Man.
see, I'm with that, Cal. I'm with that, and I said this earlier in the stream. I said that you see, Caleb don't have to do that 6 rounds or earlier to get that KO, man.
Bro, I don't know,
And
man.
I think, and then we're talking tactics. That's why he asked for the bigger ring. He gonna be setting that up. He gonna be keeping it in the middle, and he gonna draw him. He gonna draw the guy. Cause go ahead.
I said I don't know though, man, because it looked like David been eating that Jamel pie, bro.
That's what I was. I told Truth that I was like, "Hey, man, dude got a 6-pack now, bro. Dude is taking." And Steven in the comments was like, "He got a nutritionist. He up in Seattle."
Mentally, bro. I'm talking about mentally, like mentally.
His attitude, like the way he talking, how he acting.
Bro.
He acting
Well,
like,
right. And I'm sorry to cut you, but I agree with that. But I think that's to really for this moment, for this fight, and it's very low. It's low IQ on him. Because I've seen him. Truth, the dude came on your show and kept it real, bro. You asked him the tough questions, dude told you the truth. I saw him do that on 1,000 other channels, man.
But he said he don't like Caleb, bro.
And right, he says that, and he says so. And then finally, and what's he always say to back his statement up? He goes, "But now I finally get the chance to put hands on him in the ring."
Yeah, that sounds like some shit about to happen, bro.
So, like, yeah, man, like, and then for who is that? Like, Caleb and his team and Breadman, they're cool, calm, collective. very quiet and reserved, and they say what they say and they mean what they say. Like that's their character. So they
Yeah,
have
they
good
carried
character
the
in it too.
scream. They carried the scream. UD. Hey, that's what. Hey,
I
Cliff.
don't know, man. That last number got me thinking he might could knock him out. And now it's funny. I've heard like a handful of people say it since the weekend now that they got Plant by knockout. Like
Hey,
I've heard
listen,
like
let me
third
tell
person.
you this. Let me tell you this, man. I know 1,000 Caleb Plants, man. The worst thing that they could have ever did to Caleb Plant was let Canelo knock him out on pay-per-view. That dude got a chip on his shoulder, bro. Like, let me tell you something. When he win or lose this fight, he's gonna at one point in time, we're gonna noticeably see him attempt to knock David Benavidez out, bro. Like, I'm telling you, man, this dude, Caleb Plant, like I just see his person, I could just tell what type of guy he is just from the way he move and how he act, the way he talk, the shit he say, the little fucking things that he do, like the buying the domain shit, bro. All of that shit screams that he really was embarrassed by that Canelo shit. He really didn't like when people was talking about the "oh, I'm a good fighter" comment, and that motherfucker is out for blood. Think about his whole shit is revenge tour. That's his whole shit, bro. Revenge from who? Revenge from what? You just lost to Canelo, right? But he took that mentally, he took that shit a different way, bro. Like, and don't sleep on that. I'm telling you, this guy, I don't want to say narcissist, but this guy care, bro. This motherfucker really care. So
Hmm.
even if he lose to Benavidez, bro, I think he's gonna at one of them rounds, bro. Is whether he lose and get knocked out, it's gonna turn into a war. One of them rounds, bro. One of them rounds, we're gonna noticeably see him going to trying to knock David Benavidez's head off, bro.
And
I
if
promise.
that's the case, then we might as well put all our marbles on the Benavidez knockout because that's when he gonna get it.
Shit, and I tell you this, look, we ain't seen nobody, we ain't seen nobody really crack Benavidez either, bro. I'm telling you,
Yes. Who
like
said that earlier? Who was that
When he
guest earlier?
was
Who said
cracked, he
that?
was dropped.
me. When I
Remember?
said that
Oh, you
earlier, that's
said
yeah,
When he
Caleb
okay.
was cracked, he
biggest
was
punch
dropped.
defense, huh?
No, drop, not knock. That chin,
Yeah,
that chin.
that he got dropped, but that was like a flash knockdown by Ronald Graville, whatever the fuck his name was. It was like
Yeah.
a little jab, like a stiff jab. He dropped, he just popped right back up. Referee wiped his hands off. He was smiling when he got up, like he was like, you know what I mean, and he fought. But I'm talking about he never been hit with. You got to think about it. Like David Benavidez does have some like footwork issues now. He hit the least out of all the 168 pounders, but I think that's partially because of the volume at which he punch at. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not going. And one thing about a guy like Caleb Plant, I see David Benavidez like to throw them 3, 4, 5 punch combination. Bro, play play around like that. Play around trying to land a 4, 5, 6 punch combination on Caleb Plant and see what happens. Like I think Benavidez, like my mind is telling me that Benavidez could get it done, but I'm not sleeping on Caleb Plant, bro. I'm not sleeping on him, bro.
So you
You
saying,
think Benavidez get up from that shit he hit the rail with?
hell yeah. I don't, I don't
Yeah,
think he,
I do. I do. Truth, I
land.
do.
I
I
don't
do.
think he
I took a
land that.
moment, but I do.
I don't think he land that on David what he land on
Why
Durrell,
you
bro.
don't think that? Like what? Like why you don't think that?
Because regardless to his footwork, I just believe that he'll see something like that coming, bro. Durrell was, a 40-year-old, bro.
What I'm saying is that's a trap, bro. Like that's not just a boom boom. That Caleb Plant set that shit up over rounds. I think
Right.
sometimes not, and I'm not saying y'all, but I think sometimes certain people would just see shit happening and then it's like, oh damn, that was dope, but he 40. But like you got to think like he was setting him up for that counter. And think about it, that's the same punch that's literally the same combination that he caught Uskataki with when he dropped Uskataki. Literally the same, the hook to the body, pause, hook to the head. Same shit, bro. I'm telling you, these motherfuckers get the fighting. I could set up a, let's say, for example, with the first 3 rounds of the fight, I could set up, I'm body jabbing, I'm body jabbing, I'm body jabbing, I'm body jabbing. Bro, with round 5, I could feint that body jab that you done seen the last 4 rounds in a row, and you think it's one of them. I might throw you 2, and I'll feint one and come with an overhand right, and fucking you wake up in the morning. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know, man. I think Caleb
But this
Plant.
isn't. Right. And this is important too, though, Truth. And you mentioned this earlier for Caleb's chances or best chances to win the fight. The inside fighting. That's true, and maybe it's possibly punch with him when they, like you say, quote unquote, fighting. But man, David's really strong on the inside and in the clinch. Think as defensive clinch, like as he breaks away and he's still walking towards you, smiling and shit, or even offense when he sets it up. He's usually the stronger man, and I believe in this fight he's going to be the stronger man again. So Caleb also has a mountain to climb as well. You got a big tall mountain to climb as well, man. I'm saying, man, he gonna have to get him out of there 6 rounds or early, man. He made me it. Oh no, that wasn't you. I was talking. I was telling someone else. He's gonna have to speed up his usual production because as the rounds get later, Benavidez gets stronger, faster, more hungry, smarter. So it's a good fight, 50-50, man, 50-50. But I do like that line for him to knock him out. Like I'm not mad at that. That could happen. That could happen. But he gonna have to speed up his production.
Mm,
And I would be shocked. And I'm gonna go back to my comment, man. Look, man, the dude win this fight. He #1, bro, and 168.
yeah.
Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant is #1 if he beats David Benavidez. Canelo move aside, man. In fact, drop the belts. He ain't gonna fight nobody anyway.
Mm. I think I
Yeah.
just I can't say it now because I ain't confirmed. I think I just confirmed one of them a fight for this tank card, and I hope this to win, but I can't say that. I'm in my media mode.
We
Hey,
have we have
shout out
it.
L Dub.
We
Frank's
have
on that
it up,
undercard.
Yeah, I ain't like that fight, man. Like
I
I
like
mean,
it. I like
who
it.
is that guy, man?
He's the
Hey,
silver champ, WBC. That's who he is. And we gonna take his belt, and then we gonna it makes me more happy because it's another. He first off, he's ranked in WBC. He's highly ranked in WBA, but he's ranked in all of them except WBO, I think. But top 5 stuff. He only gets closer to a championship shot. And if you go back in some interviews when he fought Baby Ali, uh, he was talking about a championship, like realistically, like opportunity in calendar year 24. So I get excited when I hear that. And then also, as far as because you're in media mode, I know you've seen those tweets go viral where his promoter is trying to get him in with the big name in Shakur. You
yeah,
know, his promoter is trying to get him big fights. So, and at the same time, keep him busy and get him closer to the shot. And I heard you, bending over backwards talking about, you want to see Tank and Frank possibly, so we get closer to that bigger moment. This is why I like that fight.
yeah,
And I don't really know this guy. And, like here I am, my fandom. Yeah, I'm riding with Frank, baby. He's my favorite fighter's fighter. And that's generally why I ride with Frank. But like, and I've gotten to see him fight 4 or 5 times now. He's pretty good, man. He's pretty solid.
yeah. Frank,
And he's with the best in the biz. He's with Derek James.
no. Well, but man, I appreciate y'all boys, man. I'm about to end this live, man. Got to definitely get up and take it and work tomorrow, man. So I appreciate y'all. I think I'm gonna do this shit tomorrow night too, depending. I got some it's started flag football season for my son, so I'm coaching that joint. But I think I'm probably gonna come live again tomorrow night too, man.
All right. Well, have
Uh,
fun, man. Be safe and prepare for the weather, man. It's gonna be a wild weather for like the next 7 days
where?
across America. Across America.
Oh shit, now we good over here. Come on,
I'm
Clev.
telling you. I'm telling
I'll
you.
beat you, Clev.
Cleb, you
Not
All
got
what?
right.
that weather machine, Cleb? What you know?
Yeah, we getting rain
uh,
Saturday.
yeah. All of y'all, man, from the north to the east, man, and in the middle and the south gonna get hella snow. Northeast gonna get hella snow too by the end of this week. Yeah, by the end
Listen,
of this week.
hey Clev,
Yeah,
listen, man. I got a big ass Jeep Wrangler with a 4-inch lift and
I
35-inch
seen it.
tire. Oh
I
yeah, I'm
seen
good.
that.
Yeah, I ain't worried
You Joe
about.
Rogan style. God,
Yeah,
dog, man. Look at this guy.
I ain't worried about no snow, bro.
Hey, it's crazy as South Beach going right now, man. They probably did cut the weather machine on, man, to run these kids from down here.
Hey, for
You
real,
in
man.
you
Wow,
in DeSantis land over there, man. Be careful.
Yeah,
my man
man.
Boston said it was 60 in Boston today.
Damn.
Yeah. So y'all getting good weather now. Watch it turn. But wasn't it cold as you don't know what on Sunday? Like when you woke up on Sunday morning, it was cold as shit, right?
Yeah,
60 is,
it was
60
cool.
is good weather.
Yeah,
I
man, it
mean,
is.
for March, bro, hell yeah. For
Yeah.
March,
Yeah,
hell
man.
yeah, 60 good
You
weather.
should
Right?
know this. You
It
should
was,
know this, man. It's cold on the East Coast, man.
it was 63 today. Here in the DC area.
Oh, that's a warm day for DC,
Shit,
man. No,
look,
that's a beautiful day.
Thursday is supposed to be 75.
Oh yeah, when it hit 75, with y'all go. That's when you go to hearing y'all say, "Oh yeah, it's nice out." For us, it's like for us when it hits 75, it's like, man, look like it's about to start getting cold out there.
Yeah. But
For
nah, man,
sure.
y'all boys though, man. I'm gonna jump over this joint, man.
All right,
Yo,
man. Holla at you.
yo, yo.